Okay, so welcome everybody to the Akashic Wednesday Wisdom Live. It's lovely to be here. And today we are going to be covering programming and limiting blocks and restrictions that are not supporting us around the energy of desire, around the word of desire. So, this is something that came up for me from the Akashic Record Masterclass, and I know that being in the Lionsgate portal and all of that, we're having our karmic patterns and programming and things like that very much presented to us, and so the word of the kind of the word desire has all of this beautiful connotation. It's exciting, having my desires met, but there's also a kind of a reference for me anyway around the energy of this being shameful, and also that it's greedy to have my desires met. That if I really wanted to go all out with having everything that I ever wanted, then there's this kind of aspect around it being selfish, and that there's not enough for everybody else, and all of the this kind of very, very old programming, which comes from our family, it comes from society, it comes from religion, and there's probably other sources of that as well. But we have been very much kind of brought up with this sense that it can be wrong to have our desires met, or our wildest dreams fulfilled. There's a kind of a wrongness, or there can be. For people that have done lots and lots of work or just don't have that connection, then that's absolutely perfect. But I know for me personally, there's definitely something about I can't ask for too much because, and you can fill in the blank. I can't have my desires fully met because fill in the blank. So I thought that actually it would be great to go into the Akashic Records today to just go and dig a little bit deeper. And for me, what I'm going to be specifically looking at is religious programming, because there's definitely going to be one lifetime at least where you have taken on the kind of the concept that it's better to be poorer and kind of live on very little, because it's kind of more godlike or more holy, than have being surrounded by all of this abundance and kind of what people would perceive as being greed. And that's not to do with the things that people were surrounded by. That's more to do with the person. And we're transcending all of that. So that's kind of where we're going to go. So we're going to connect with religious programming around having our desires, having our needs being met, but being more than met, kind of having more than enough, having enough that it's kind of it fills up whatever container you can think of. We want more than enough. And that for some people, when they say that, I want more than enough, I want it all, that might feel very uncomfortable, because it might feel greedy, selfish, wrong, bad, all of these things that we've been told. And so just tuning in, I came in slightly late, just tuning in to which support was going to help us with this release of programming. And interesting, I kept getting this name, kept getting this image, and it's the goddess Iris that wishes to support with us today. And I was thinking, well, she represents communication, and of course we don't always have to use the guide that wants to come forward for that specific thing. But actually, communication makes so much sense, because if we really want our desires met in some shape or form, we're going to have to ask for that. And so if we are holding ourselves back from asking the universe, asking others to support us with having our desires and needs more than enough met, then that's going to require us to actually speak and ask for it. So it makes sense that Iris wants to step forward, and it's just a beautiful, I mean, she's obviously a powerful goddess, but when I look at this card, it's a very beautiful, soft energy. And I think when we're dealing with religious programming, I just feel that we need a more gentle energy to kind of release some of that. So that's the energies that we're going to be, or the beautiful energy that we're going to be bringing in. So thank you for joining and watching, as I say, the live or the replay. Do put hashtag replay if you're watching, just to lock that in the comments. So the Akashic Records, we're going to connect with yours. You can connect with yours in any way that feels appropriate for you. And that might be through your senses, as in your sense of knowing. It might be your touch. Some of you may be visual, some of you will be using your imagination. However you embody your Akashic Records and experience them is perfect. There's no right or wrong. So what we're going to do is we need to connect first of all, which is always something that I do as part of the process, just to make sure, because we're doing a 5th dimensional and above kind of bit of healing and activation, it's really important that we are connected with the earth and we're keeping ourselves physically grounded. So we're going to connect with the earth. We're going to bring in our spiritual support team, and then I'll take you into your Akashic Records to do this journey. Okay, so I want you to place your hands on your lap with your hands and your palms facing upwards, just gently resting on the legs. And what we're doing is putting ourselves into a very receptive mode physically, just so we can receive the guidance, receive the healing, and we're opening ourselves up, we're being vulnerable. And for some of you that might feel uncomfortable, but that's okay, just go with it. Everything is safe here. Okay, so I want you to just give your feet a little bit of a shuffle on the floor. If you're on a bed, I want you to imagine that your feet are shuffling on the floor. And what we're doing is we're just making that connection, feeling the solid ground beneath your feet. And then just start to relax. Start to just let go of any stresses, any thoughts, any to-do lists. We're just going to allow them just to melt away. Just so you are bringing yourself back into the present body, into the physical, and just giving yourself this little bit of time to be with yourself and your Akashic Records. So take a deep breath in for me. And what we're going to do is we're going to just call back your energy from across time and space, people and events. And on that out breath, allow the shoulders to relax, your jaw to soften, and your forehead also to relax. And take another deep breath in, calling back your energy from across time and space, people and events. And on that out breath, just start to really feel the chair or the furniture beneath your body, noticing how supported you are. And just really allowing anything and all of your bodies to relax. Perhaps just noticing where there might be little niggles, tension, stress, and actively just acknowledging it as it's being melted away. And then take one more deep breath in, calling back your energy from across time and space, people and events. And again on that out breath, now just bring your attention to your feet. And as you're breathing out, you'll notice that there's thick, strong roots coming from the soles of your feet. And we're going to just send them to the heart of Mother Earth. So just imagine that perhaps they're being catapulted or almost kind of sent very, very quickly through all of the soil, the rocks, the stones, the shale, down to the heart of Mother Earth. And the heart of Mother Earth is represented by this huge, huge, beautiful, sparkling, glowing crystal. And your roots just stop before that crystal. Just giving you enough time just to sense, see, notice what type of crystal that is, perhaps what colour. And then I want you to wrap your roots around the crystal, actively wrapping them round and round and round. And as you do that, the crystalline energy from the heart of Mother Earth is starting to transfer into your roots. Your roots are starting to absorb the energy. And so you may feel a shift here, you may feel a tingling, you may start to just feel more at peace, more still, more calm. And this is the energies of Mother Earth and what she holds. It's a very nurturing and nourishing energy. And your roots are quickly absorbing that energy back up the roots that you've sent through the earth. And as the energy is making its way and it's traveling upwards, your roots are sparkling, glowing with that color, with that energy. And we're going to take the energy through the body, balancing the chakras, opening them, just so you're fully prepared for your Akashic journey today. So bringing the energy up through the Earth Star chakra, which is that point, which is about a meter and a half below your feet. And you may want to imagine that your chakras are being switched on. Perhaps they start to spin. Perhaps they start to glow. Whatever works for you is perfect. So going through the Earth Star chakra, which is below your feet in the soil, taking the energy now up through into the feet, and you may actually start to feel tingling or buzzing. Bringing the energy now up through the legs, all the way up to the bottom of your spine, up to the root chakra. Taking the energy through the sex organs and through the sacral chakra. Higher now up to the navel chakra, which is below your belly button. And this is your connection. This represents your connection to everything on the planet. People, trees, animals, anything that you can imagine that's living. You have that connection through your navel chakra. Taking the energy now up above your belly button through the solar plexus. Higher again up to the heart chakra. And I want you to take a deep breath in here for me. And on that out breath, I want you to expand your heart, make it bigger. This may feel a little bit uncomfortable for some of you, but I want you to expand and grow your heart space. Perhaps feeling the heart chakra starting to push against the chest, against the back of the ribs. Just knowing that you are held safe here, and it's perfectly okay to open up your heart chakra here. And opening up this heart chakra is going to allow you to connect more truthfully to your desires with an open heart. So just opening this up is just going to allow that aspect of desire to come more into alignment, to reflect what it is that you truly want. Bringing the energy up now up to the shoulders and allowing it to fall down to the hands, down to the palms that are facing upwards towards the ceiling. Turning on your palm chakras. Bringing the energy now up to your throat chakra. And I just want you to, again, expand the throat chakra so that you're more able to speak your desires, ask for your desires, almost expect your desires to be met. So just clearing away anything that's at the throat, anything that's stuck, any other people's projections actually that have been placed into your throat chakra are now just being released and cleared. And this is you telling people what you feel they need to hear. So we're just clearing that away. And sometimes we do that because we want an easy life. We want to be comfortable. We don't upset and rock the boat because that's just more hassle for us. However, by doing that, are we communicating? Are we coming from a truthful place? Are we acting out of integrity? Or are we lying to ourselves? So just releasing anything that there's at the throat chakra will just help us to be more confident with speaking our truth and not always perhaps seeking the easy way out. So bringing that attention now up to the third eye, just clearing and cleansing anything there, taking the energy up to the crown, opening up the crown chakra there, taking it into the ears, in through the middle of the head, the pineal and pituitary gland. And I want to then just circle back to the crown chakra and take the energy up through the crown chakra, through the top of your head. And we're going to just light up the etheric chakras above your head. So the soul star chakra, the universal chakra, and the stellar gateway right at the top, which would be about 1.5 meters above your head. Also connecting with the causal chakra at the back of the head, which is 3 to 4 inches away from the top of the head, but towards the back. This is where your causal chakra connects with your Akashic records and with the spiritual realms. The first, I guess, aspect of those spiritual realms is kind of led through the causal chakra. And we're just going to invite the crystalline energy just to also just go to any other chakras that have not been mentioned that are within your physical body. We have more and more chakras that are opening up all the time. And these are not major chakras, but they will be secondary, still just as important. So we're just opening up all the chakras that are available that we have switched on. Not all of them are switched on yet. So just opening all of those up. And I want you to take another deep breath in here for me. And on that out breath, what we're doing is we're going to push the energy, the crystalline energy now through the skin, through into your auric field. And just imagine that you're now starting to be surrounded by this beautiful sparkling energy, and it's taking up the whole of your auric field, which is 2 meters all around you, 360 degrees. And again, just feeling the energy, feeling at peace, feeling calm. And we're now going to invite our spiritual support team in. So first of all, your personal spiritual support team, just inviting them now into your space. Going to invite in any being of 100% pure love and light that wishes to hold the space on our behalf to now step into your own space, to be with this group now. We're also going to call in Archangel Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel to hold the space horizontally around our physical body. So Archangel Michael behind us, Archangel Gabriel to the left, Archangel Uriel in front, and Archangel Raphael to your right. We're inviting Archangel Sandalphon to hold space below your feet. And Archangel Metatron will hold the space above your head and will complete this angelic sphere of light. But as Archangel Metatron is making his way down, he's also got in his hands a thread, a golden thread, a golden cord. And this is your connection to divine source. And Archangel Metatron gently places this golden cord at your crown chakra. And that golden thread is now making its way through your physical body, through all of the chakras. Each chakra point is being lit up with this golden energy. You'll notice that perhaps your physical body, your skin, your cells, your organs your bones, your blood are all starting to take on this beautiful golden hue, starting to glow, starting to radiate this golden energy as it's growing within the body, starting to come through the skin into your auric field. And those two energies are now mixing, the crystalline energy from Earth, from Mother Earth, and Divine Source. And you can now know that you are completely held above and below, so supported and protected by these 6 archangels, and ready now to go into your Akashic records. I'm just going to invite your ego to now leave the room. Just imagine that your ego is now standing up with a smile on their face and heading towards the door, opening the door and closing it behind them very gently. And so you now know that any messages, any guidance, any insights, any information that comes through will be from your guides, from your higher self, and not from the mind. Archangel Metatron, please seal off the doors and the windows of the space that we are now sat in with golden creative substance, creating a perfect seal, knowing that we are fully protected and contained within 100% pure love and light energy. I now want to bring your attention to your third eye, that point between your eyebrows. And I want you to start to activate your third eye. So you can do this with starting to imagine that there's a purple portal of light that's starting to appear at the third eye, and it's starting to get bigger and bigger, and it gets so big that it appears in front of you, and you can actually step through that portal of light. And then now you're going to find yourself in your corridor, and this is the corridor that leads you to your Akashic records, leads you to the door of your records. So start to walk down this corridor and just notice as you're walking down the corridor, I want you to start to wake up your senses. So your visual, your imagination, perhaps hear your footsteps, perhaps touch the walls of the corridor as you're walking down. Perhaps you can smell what your corridor smells like, and it could be quite musty. It might smell of vanilla. Whatever you bring into this library, just wake up your senses. And at the end of the corridor, you'll notice that there's a large door. Again, just sense, see, know that door is there. Perhaps feel it. And on the door is your details, your full name, your date of birth, your place of birth. Again, once you know that those details are there, you know that you're at your own Akashic records, that you're not going into anybody else's. Place your hand on the door handle and open the door. Step into your Akashic records and allow the door to shut behind you. And just take in the splendor and the grandeur of your cosmic library. One that is filled with knowledge and wisdom from many, many lifetimes, many dimensions, many universes. And again, just walk forward and wake up the senses and perhaps pick up on any smells within the library. Feel yourself, feel perhaps the furniture, feel what the floor is like under your feet, or just have a sense of knowing that this feels comfortable, this feels like you've come home. Walk in now to the center of your library. You'll notice that there's a big table, big long table, and on that table there's a large book And the book is open. And as you pull it towards you, you will notice that there's already text, perhaps already written, pictures, illustrations, perhaps photographs, maybe even a video. And this is all the stuff that's been recorded already, just even from today. And we're going to invite your Akashic record keepers now to step into your library, and you'll start to feel a presence to your left hand side. When you're ready, I want you to turn to the left and just notice which guides have shown up for you today. And there may be more than one. And what that guide perhaps looks or feels like. Use your senses. And it might be that your guide isn't really showing their face as such. They may be an animal, they may be a colour or an energy or a symbol. However your guides present themselves is perfect. And just know that they can change in appearance from time to time. So your guides are smiling and are happy that you are here today to really release those blocks and that programming that isn't supporting you around these energies of desire, having your needs met, but not only just met, but far beyond your wildest dreams. And having that confidence and knowing that you feel comfortable with having desires, having your dreams and intentions met, that it's safe and that it's appropriate to have more than enough. So your guides know that we have a particular guide that we're going to invite into your Akashic records. And so I want to just now invite the energy of Iris, the goddess of communication. And you'll perhaps notice that there's a beautiful female that's starting to walk towards you. And again, she's smiling and is quite excited that she has been invited into your Akashic records today. And you might perhaps notice that she has this beautiful rainbow coloured energy. It's almost like a mist that's around her body. And this is just part of her being, her light. She's stepping closer to you. And feel free to acknowledge or say hello or greet Iris in any way that feels appropriate for you. So you may want to give her a hug. You may want to just say hello. And your guides are now presenting you with a particular lifetime in the form of a book where you have taken on religious programming in that lifetime. And this might be through actually joining an organization and that being your vocation, that being your purpose in that lifetime, being part of the organization, being perhaps a leader within it. Or it might be that you've picked up your religious programming via your family. It was your family's decision, it was your family's connection with that particular religious order or organization or group. Either way, you've taken on this programming to the detriment of you not being comfortable with desire, with having it all, with having more than enough. And so your guides are inviting you to hold the book. So taking that book, just notice as you're being past the book, if there's any numbers on the outside, any symbols, or perhaps you can just feel the weight of the book in your hands, maybe what it's made from. What does it feel like as you hold it? Does it feel quite small and light, or does it feel quite heavy and old? And as you hold that book, you'll notice that Iris is starting to step forward. And what she's going to do, she's just going to come behind you. You can really feel her energy, and you can see, or perhaps sense, or just know that that beautiful rainbow mist is just starting to envelop you. It's starting to just come round your physical body. And as it's coming round, Iris comes behind you, places her hands on your forehead, and that beautiful rainbow energy starting to transfer into your mental body. And this is the point where all the programming has really taken root. And so Iris is wanting to connect with that programming specifically as you hold that book. And she's going to start to draw and pull and absorb that programming from your mental body. So just allow that process to start to happen. And this may feel a little bit uncomfortable, and that's okay. Just allow the process to happen and don't resist giving up this programming. For some of you, this is going to feel very safe. This is where you automatically go to, oh, I can't have this because this has got to go to somebody else, because what will people think of me if I desire this? Just allow the programming to be released. And Iris is absorbing this into her hands. And for some of you, you may actually see this coming from the mental body, and you may see it as things that are being drawn out of the mental body. It might be a particular coloured energy that's being drawn out. It may be objects, smoke. However she's drawing it out, just allow that process to happen. Keep your eyes or keep your attention on the book, holding the book. And that will just allow you to just relax into this process as Iris is removing and releasing and taking away this programming from the mental body. Just allow that rainbow energy to envelop you completely. This mist, it's going around the body, around the face. Just allow yourself to start to absorb that rainbow energy. And Iris is just continuing to release that programming. And you may notice that the book that you're holding is perhaps starting to shift or change. It may start to feel a little bit lighter. The energy of the book just may feel different. And what is happening here is that the book is being healed. So we're not changing anything, any events or anything within the book. What we're doing is we're just releasing the hold of that programming that occurred in that lifetime, so that we are allowing ourselves to be more discerning, allowing ourselves to feel more comfortable with having our desires met, for asking for more. So we're just releasing that programming, and Iris is just starting to take away completely those energies, and they are being dissolved completely. And she's now just stepping back around the head, and she's starting to now install any new beliefs or any new activation that just allows you to feel more comfortable with the word, with the energies of desire, for asking for more, for asking for your needs to be met. So I can feel that there's a transference of energy from her hands. And again, this is this rainbow energy that she's now placing back into the mental body. So this is just going to activate a personal thing, a personal perhaps affirmation or healing that is required for each and every one of you. Every person, it's going to be different, but she's activating exactly what you need that will support you. So just feeling that rainbow energy coming through the head, through the forehead, through the third eye, through the crown. It's just really filling up the whole of the mental space, the mental body. And that mental body will be one of your layers around your auric field. So you'll notice, sense, feel that one of the layers of your aura is also turning or taking on this rainbow energy. And this rainbow energy will stay activated within your aura, within the physical body, wherever it's needed, and within the Akashic records. So all learnings, knowledge will be kept intact within this lifetime of the book that you're holding. But we have just released the hold that that programming had. And so Iris is just now starting to step back. And I just want you to notice now how your book feels. And your guides, your Akashic Records guides, step forward and take that book from you. And it's safe just to know that your record keeper will place that book back where it's supposed to sit within your library. And Iris now wants to give you a gift. And this gift represents your ability to now communicate more effectively going forward. So holding out your hands, allow Iris to now step forward and drop an object or a symbol or a word or an energy into your hands. And just notice what that object is. And your Akashic Records guides are now inviting you to go over to your book on the table, pulling the book towards you, press that object into the page. And what we're doing is we're installing this object as a success anchor, which will allow you to be more effective, more in alignment with your ease of communication, as we've installed it now into the Akashic Records. So it supports your further alignment. And you'll notice also, but beside the book, there's a pen. And I want you to pick that pen up and I want you to write the following words. I easily and effortlessly communicate my desires, my wishes and my needs with myself and with others. And again, this act of writing and placing these words into your present lifetime book further enhances that activation and that intention going forwards. So pushing that book back now onto the table. It's now time to say goodbye to Iris, who again steps forward and gives you a great big hug. And just feeling again that rainbow energy all around you and her beautiful light that she holds. Iris steps back, and then again your guides step forward and again say goodbye to your Akashic record keepers in a way that feels appropriate for you. And then when you're ready, you can start to walk towards the door of your Akashic records. Take one more look around your library. And then when you're ready, you can step into the corridor. Allow the door to shut behind you and actively out loud or in your mind, say, I now close my Akashic records. Start to head towards that purple portal of light at the end of the corridor. And then when you're ready, step through that purple portal of light and start to bring yourself back into the physical body. Start to rub your feet on the floor. Start to rub your thighs. And what we're doing is we're grounding. You're grounding yourself back into your physical body, but also we're grounding the healing and any information that was taken at a perhaps subconscious level or a different dimensional level of your being. We're just grounding that energy further. So when we're grounding this, what we're intending is also that you get more consciousness, that there's more information that perhaps comes through into your awareness. So then you can kind of reflect on it, you can journal on it, you can take action on it. It may be that you just get an almighty aha and things drop in and make sense. So that's what we're also inviting by grounding that into the body. So make sure that you drink lots of water over the next 24 hours because that will help flush out that programming as well, the energy of that programming. Also, water is an amazing conductor for the Akashic records because water is a conductor. So in terms of getting knowledge and wisdom, more knowledge and wisdom coming through into your consciousness. So drinking lots of water helps with that. And also it's water also holds its own knowledge. So it's also fantastic to drink water. I'm a big advocate of water, as you can tell. Okay, so how did you get on? Please do let me know in the comments, or you can reach out to me and DM me and let me know. I would love to hear. My object that I got from the beautiful Iris was a golden coin. So that's what I installed into my present lifetime book. And I could just feel a huge release around this kind of desire programming, this religious programming. I could feel the book getting lighter and lighter, and it was taking on this beautiful rainbow hue. There was just rainbow energy all around, which is just absolutely gorgeous. So I could feel a lot of tension around the head, and that was just all being released as well as that was being drawn out. So do let me know what your experience was. Do take it easy, as I say. If you feel like you want to journal out and just kind of get this information down, then I do recommend keeping an Akashic record journal, because when you go back and reflect on certain journeys, things just drop in even more. You get more consciousness, more awareness. So it's incredible. But also you can just see what lifetimes you're actually kind of affecting and changing and healing as well. Okay, so I am going to love you and leave you. If you want to reach out and work with me one-to-one, then please do visit my website. And I would love to have a chat and just see how I can support you moving forward in your life or your business. Okay, if not, I will see you next week. Love and blessings.